All right, everyone, we are back. 2 touchdowns tonight, 100 in the career of Mike Evans. I'm so curious to know if he knew that it was his 100th before he threw it into the stands. Oh, man. That guy would definitely give it back to him, though. Mike Evans will sign a jersey or sign a different ball or whatever. If Mike Evans cares about that kind of thing, he might not care at all. Maybe he doesn't save any of his memorabilia. Just not be that type of dude. Right. Falcons, good decision. Hiring Raheem Morris. Todd Bowles is coaches. They had a 4x4. The two coaches and the two quarterbacks. I think we all made good decisions here. Return for Bucky Irving for the. Is it possible that they signed him because his name is Bucky? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jesus. So stupid. The Buccaneers division titles and oh, that's right, because the dude that used to be the Colts coach was Bucs when Brady. I forgot his name. Lincoln. Guy with the glasses, bald guy. Little handoff to White from the gun, gain of 2. The hell, Bruce Arians, that's his name. Okay, we're back. There's a lot of information whirling in my head. Falcons are signaling that there was a fumble. Waiting for the ref's call. Second down, says ref number 62. That's the one that's on my fantasy team. So good call by him. That's a point. Take it. It's minus, I think ours is -4 if the call they made is challenged and overturned, but it's +2 if the call they made, +2 on top of the result of the play, +2 if the call is challenged and held, +4 if the call is challenged and confirmed. We play a high points league. Baker in the gun, pump fakes and finds a man over the middle, and that is Godwin. Flag down on the play. Holding on the offense for the Buccaneers. Back, that's School. Udon. Okay, so that's the issue. So he had him blocked, and once Baker rolled out, and you have as soon as you have the pads and the quarterback rolls outside of where you think he is, so you don't have eyes in the back of your head, that's where the penalty. Otten in motion to the top of the screen, little screen to White, and he slips down awkwardly. It'll be third and very long. Really a whiff snap, but Baker secures it. 3rd and 20 Bucs. Falcons show pressure, only rush 3. Baker's got time. He's rushed out of the pocket. Has a blocker in front. Nice gain for late flag. Hopefully that's not on that hit. There's no way that's on that hit on Baker. No way. There's no way that that's still in bounds, and Hamilton gives him a little shoulder. There's no way that they call. Okay, they picked up the flag. I was gonna say that that would be absurd, because even if Baker's foot managed to touch out of bounds first before the contact, it's not even. It has to be deliberate, right? He has to be clearly out of bounds. That was such a bang bang play. It would be absolutely absurd for that penalty to not be picked up. Protect formation on the punt for the Bucs. Punted away. Like receivers calling fair catch there at the 20, just past the 20. And the Falcons, smart job on the end of the second half. Punt, and now you're in business again. Got a clean slate. You didn't risk a blocked field goal or a missed field goal and give the Bucs a chance at more points. Played it safe. Nick Sirianni, Peterson, and Dan Campbell. You did what you were supposed to do. Smart move is. Back to commercial we go. Oh, well, I was changing over the laundry, and the Mets took the damn lead. Scored 4 runs in the 9th. This is going to be a problem team going forward. They're in the first game of that doubleheader against the Braves to end the season. The Braves pitcher, Schwallenbach, completely dominated the entire game until the Mets got to the bullpen, and then they destroyed them. Crazy. The same thing happened here. The starting pitching for the Brewers was outstanding. The first 3 bullpen pitchers were outstanding, didn't allow a single base runner. And then all of a sudden, Devin Williams, one of their best pitchers, likely their best relief pitcher, gives up 3 hits, 1 walk, and 4 earned runs to lose the game. The Mets are going to be a tough out. And I think they're against Philly. Yeah, so it's San Diego versus LA and Philly versus. You know what they should do for San Diego versus LA is battle for the Chargers, right? The loser get the Chargers or get if San Diego wins, do they even want the Chargers back, or do they get a brand new team? No, I like rooting for the Chargers. It's just they have some sort of curse about them. I don't know. You had Phil Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Antonio Gates with like Keenan McCardell and Keenan Allen and all sorts of these, like just a stacked roster, and couldn't do anything for years, decades even. At one point, you had a top 5 quarterback, one of the best running backs of all time, and one of the best tight ends of all time in their primes on the same team. Couldn't do anything. It's wild. Because they always had to deal with Brady and Roethlisberger. Cousins in play action. We're back from commercial, and good defense out there. Mooney's looking for a flag, but Dean on the play. Nice defense. Got his hands up there. Already seen the ref. Now this is just 2 guys fighting for the ball, and Mooney's problem is that he slipped. It wasn't that he was held or anything. The hell is this guy with the looks like a butler? Theater. Kirk Cousins back. Pocket collapses and he delivers a beautiful pass to Drake London. The pocket collapsed on him. You could barely see Cousins. He holds his ground and delivers just a magnificent pass. London for a huge gain in a first down. Showing the replay here. Just watch the pocket he has no room to stand, and he delivers just nice pass. Still good defense on the play as well. You just see his arm come up because it's just humanity packed in there. Little pitch out to Algier. It's hammered. Bucs are hitting pretty hard tonight, but the Falcons are moving again. Down by 7, 11:15 to go in the third quarter. Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins each donated $50,000 to hurricane relief efforts organized by Team Rubicon. Very nice. There's some things. There's some things about this whole Hurricane Helene thing that just not good. Other than obviously the destruction, but there's some things in the background that are Monte David slipped up. He's walking off the field under his power. Up block by 63. The Lynch. Yep. Chop down. Very dangerous block. Probably shouldn't be. Let the Mets damn. 1,050 solo tackles. A wild solo tackles, not just tackles in general. Cousins in the pistol. Buccaneers show pressure, and it looks like there's a false start. Yep. It's funny. No matter what, I think that the players think that them pointing affects the referee's decision. The Bucs started snitching on the Falcons O-line, then the Falcons O-line was like, nah, it was them. Very weird. 2nd and 10, Kirk Cousins in the pistol, 3 wide receivers. McLeod in motion. Cousins back. Gets rid of it. Nearly picked off. First of all, before the throw, the pocket collapsed and they nearly got to Cousins, possibly causing a fumble. And then, here we go. Got the nearly, just barely misses knocking that ball out. And then a near interception on the other end. 3rd and 10 from their own 49. Cousins back. Has time. And delivers to Pitts, who's tackled prior down. 4th down and 3.5. Falcons are staying on the field. I gave them credit earlier. They should be punting here. 4 wide receivers, single back. Cousins in the gun. And gets rid of it complete. And Mooney makes a little shimmy shake. And out of bounds. 1st down for the Falcons. Great job by the offensive line to protect because Falcons. Well, Falcons had a lot of time, but Kirk Cousins had a lot of time. Works his way across the field and finds Mooney. He started to his right, working through his progression, and then finds Mooney at the last second. Motion. Little dump out to him. That could be a rush. Spins off of a tackle for a short gain. I would call that a rush based on how it was a little swing pass out to the right. It may have been line of scrimmage. Nonetheless, a 3-yard gain. Get it right back in his hands. He's playing well tonight. He's had the best catch I've seen probably this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I very well could be, but it's the best catch I remember this year. That counts for anything. Second and 8. Cousins in the gun. And pressure in his face, delivers to Pitts for a 1st down. No substitute guy who's willing to stand in the pocket and take the hit. It's down. Rather than as soon as any sort of pressure. As soon as any sort of the other team's colors comes towards you, you just run away. And I know it's a lot easier to do days because you're not going to get freaking tattooed like you used to. Okay, so they did call Mooney's they called it a catch, not a rush. Cousins with a play action, a little screen to McLeod, who's tackled immediately. Flag down on the play. Izzy in on the stop. Yard gain. See what the flag has to offer. And downfield for the Falcons. Lined. Pass interference by the Falcons. Accepted. Two penalties on the Falcons will bring that play back. Pass interference. This is on Hodge. Let's see. He just comes up. Play was a little too slow to develop based on action. So 70 being downfield was too early, and the chip block by Hodge was too early. The pass end just a little ahead of themselves on that one, the Falcons. We'll hand off to Robinson for a short gain, medium gain. That's all you get there is they're just moving a little bit too quickly for that play. Just a one Mississippi later for both guys, and that's a solid gain. Atlanta is outgaining the Bucs by over 105 yards to be exact. Bucs still lead. 2nd and 14. Cousins back again. And sack, but okay, they're not going to call it. It looked like he horse collared him. Sacked by Nelson. Okay. Grabbed the back of his shoulder pads. I thought they'd moved by Nelson. Just a straight up bull rush. Okay, he grabbed the side of his shoulder pads, pulled him down. And there was nothing open. So coverage wise, the play was locked up, and then there. Cousins back again, 3rd and 22. Incomplete intent. Play was there, great defensive play. About that. Now, are you in field goal range? Young Hui Koo is coming on for the attempt, nonetheless. And this has been a fun game so far. Who is on? 1 for 1, sorry, on field goals today. 1 for 2. Good lord. 1 and 1, 1 for 2. Go. 48-yard attempt is good. That same, it hooked again. Hooked to the left. He's got to keep that in mind throughout this game. All 3 field goals he's kicked have hooked left. Actually, just show the replay to Mooney. That hit him in the hands. But it wouldn't have mattered. It was shy of the first down anyways. Maybe they would have gone for it. I don't know. But 24-20. Solid NFC South battle. A division that I thought was going to be super boring this year. But it's not. A lot of fun. Especially these two teams. Saints started off like they were going to be blowing the doors off everyone, but they kind of remembered they were the Saints during the Eagles one. Embarrassed them. 12 points when you're scoring 45 a game. Not good. I know everyone has a bad week, but they haven't reached those heights again. You can't really average 4 points a game compared to that. It just doesn't happen. Not even the what was it? The Peyton Manning, Demarius Thomas, Julius Thomas. Was that the name of the tight end? Because they had two Thomases, Eric Decker, Wes Welker on. They had a freaking loaded roster, and they were just bombing on people every single game, just absolutely smacking them. It's crazy to watch. Now, I'm no Cowboys fan. I can't stand the Cowboys. But if you ever want to see crazy ass shootout of a game, watch the Peyton Manning Broncos against the Tony Romo Cowboys. It was like a 48-45 type of game. Just back and forth. It was crazy. I think that was the year that the Broncos lost to the Seahawks. Broncos Seahawks this year with Seahawks losing Patriots, Broncos back again, Panthers. Falcons, Patriots, Rams. What was 2019? Oh, Chiefs 49ers won. Bucs over. Rams over Bang. Oh, ludicrous. Skinny as hell. Is he all right? Always skinny. Camera usually heads. I don't know. I'm not judging. I'm just wondering. Looking. Maybe he's just getting up there. He's just right, you know? Instead of just working out, just busting it every day. Anyways. Last two, obviously. Tampa with the ball. First and 10. 6 minutes, 21 seconds left from their little play action. And lead to Godwin for a huge gain. Coughed it up, and Evans jumps on the ball. Little punch out by the Falcons. These Falcons, they're feisty. A lot of fighting for the ball after. See the punch out. Yep. Solid. Just he locks up with Godwin and then punches it. Yep. Great job. Luckily for the Bucs, Evans is there. That would have turned a great play into a disaster for the Bucs. 21-yard gain. Baker under play action. Roll out back to Godwin. Another first down for the Bucs. Here the Falcons are already on the brink of field goal range for the Bucs. Just have to keep them out of the end. Got to keep it to one. The Bucs points, no matter what point. Obviously, you want a touchdown, but you can't come up empty-handed. Baker under center, single back. Lucky Irving with the handoff and no gain. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. Several Falcons out of those black jerseys in the area. Second down and 10. Jimmy Lake. What the hell? He's got the tiniest play sheet I've ever seen. I thought it was his cell phone at first. What the hell? He's probably got the best damn eyesight you've ever seen. It's like those dudes at the fair that can write stories on a grain of rice, you know? Okay, Baker's back and escapes the pocket, escapes a sack, plows his way forward, and it's very close to a first down. 3 for Falcons. Bates is starting some static, and good on the Buccaneer player. He was trolling not to retaliate because that would ruin it. Baker escapes a sack and bounces off a couple of tackles. Little end around to Godwin, who trucks his own man. Shepard gets trucked by Godwin, but first down, flag down on the play. Check on your boy, Godwin. Hammered him. What's he got on his neck? What the hell? Morris looks like a psycho. Like, after the play was over, personal foul. I don't know about that. I think he was pushed into him. That was on Bertrand. Oh, yeah. All right, buddy. Now, the last thing you can do, Bertrand, is let that last play affect you. Got to be like freaking Jameis Winston, who throw 9 picks in a row but still slinging it. Be like Brett Favre. Happens, everyone gets penalized. He looks like a young dude. It's the only reason I'm going for this attempted pep talk. But don't let that last play affect you. They had the first down anyways. What's the difference? 1st and 10 for the Bucs. Bucs moving again from their own 14. Baker in the gun. Handoff to Bucky Irving. Tackled just shy of the line of scrimmage. And look, Bertrand, it wasn't even a 15-yard, half the distance to the goal, so it didn't even cost them a full 50. Great job defensive by the Falcons. Job by Irving. He met a couple yards behind the line, but still got back to the empty backfield for Baker, 4 wide receiver, tight end. Goes over the middle to Cade Otton. Or Cade Cotton, call him. Got a pretty sweet. Why that matters. Aerodynamic. Dude with his tiny plate sheet is wigging me out. Absolute. Hey, 3rd and 2 for the Bucs. Baker in the gun with White to his right. Bunch formation top of the screen. Rob's back on 3rd and 2. And he's sacked grossly looking. Oh no. Oh, working his knee. Oh. That could spell disaster for. Wow. He was kind of like pulled up on. Why are they run it on 3rd and 2? Oh, his leg went weird on that one. His back went. I don't know. That looked pretty nasty. But he got up and was like stomping it to make sure, I guess. Like old school. Baker's an old school type of cat, right? Yeah, I'll rub some dirt on it. Like, bro, you got no ACL. It's fine. Literally have no CLs left. Hope he's alright. Baker's a guy that nice drive by the Buccaneers. Stalled just before they wanted it to. But Laughlin hits the field goal. It's 27-20. 17 going the 3rd. We are at commercial break now. Fun game. A lot of fun. I think more fun. There's no stress. It's just annoying what's happening, especially with a back and forth game like this. But in the playoffs, when you have a rooting interest, it's so tense. It's commercials. The mayhem commercials for the whatever, they're actually good commercials. You don't get many of those. You get a lot of boring, uninspired ones. I've been watching old football games, mostly old YouTube, and people are uploading them from VHS tapes. You still get those weird lines when tape isn't exactly top notch. And they're uploaded with the commercials, and seeing some of these old commercials from 2002, it's so crazy to watch. So much fun. Not only watching the Eagles game, I watched Brian Dawkins get a couple sacks early. What an animal. Best Eagles defender ever, maybe? I mean, I know Reggie White is up there, but he split his time between Philly and Green Bay. Pretty of Dawkins and on Philly. He ended his career. Goes unfortunately. That really stuck. It really left a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I don't care if he's getting old. That dude is an Eagles legend. You keep him. Let him walk to the damn Broncos. He was all right, Denver, but it's just not the same. Like Joe Montana and Chiefs Red, right? One I can think of that was like still himself. And I mean, of course, there are bunch of other people, but he's the one that sticks out immediately. When his first year in Denver was bananas. Of course, towards the end, the year they won the Super Bowl, he was really feeling. But with Denver, I think it was 2013, he was just slam. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, minute and 17. Go. Falcons with the ball down 7. Take a look. Cousins in the pistol, drops back, little out to move. Short gain. Half. Oh, they're showing the Baker thing. Swings around, and Baker kind of bent and torqued backwards. Oh, started holding. That was scary. Cousins back, and Fleet and Loud. Like how they're always looking for flags, and I honestly was too. Like, you get a good defensive play, and you're like, oh, where is it? What's coming? Baker looks walking around. Third and 8 for the Falcons. 40 seconds to go. Quarter. Falcons need important. I want to give it right back to them. Got to give that defense some time to rest. Motion. And Cousins delivers a strike. Loud for a huge gain. Down. That's what you couldn't put that defense back on the field, even though they made the stand at the end. Got to give them, regardless if you score a touchdown here or not, as the pocket collapsed, Cousins gets rid of it just in time. Loud, who's crossing the middle. And for the Falcons, back, Cousins in the pistol. Or wide receiver. And hands off to Robinson. Huge gain and more. Robinson's still on his feet. Inside the 20 for the Falcons. 2 huge gains back to back. Falcons are in business. End of the third quarter. Whitehead just whiffed on him. Finally bring. End of third quarter. The Falcons driving again. Adams. If you're the Washington, Do you try to trade for Devontae? Might be thinking, why wouldn't you? Well, you see, Devontae Adams signed a huge contract with, what, 2 years ago? This is his second year, and now he's already like, nah, I don't want to be here anymore. Stephon Diggs thing, guys who just never happy. Washington has a good thing going right now, and that's probably why he wants to go there. But does he disrupt the flow? Does he come in and just play the role? I don't think so. I think the place you want him is Buffalo. Now, the contract situation, salary cap, that's probably the issue with Buffalo, but I think that would make it the most. I think the Bills would be the team, but Adams there. Then you have that guy who can 1v1, freeing up more space for Keon Coleman and Shakir, who's been playing very well. But when those guys aren't the sole focus, then and you free up space for Knox and James, call him James White, James Cook. I think that would make the. Oh my God, I forgot Christian McCaffrey was over in Madden. Madden curse is back. Poor guy. I don't know. Play this year. Crazy. Hoping he does. For sake. If I'm a team, wrong system. Now I hate to say, I really truly deep down to myself, but a team like the Chiefs have a strong quarterback presence, strong coaching. Andy Reid is the best coach in the NFL remaining after Belichick is gone. Andy Reid to me better coach than Belichick across the board. Maybe not defensively. Defensively, Belichick's mastermind. Whatever. Nonetheless, if you are maybe Baltimore, that'd be a good place for it. Somebody who has a strong coaching and strong quarterback presence, which could be Buffalo. All right, here we go. Hand off to Robinson. Inside the 15. Under the. That could be. Now, Sean McDermott has had his issues, but he's a solid coach. He's one of the longest tenured coaches. Now, I think the. Robinson. If it's me, Buffalo, try and make that. I know they have salary cap night. Finally win. Hand off to Robinson, who gains a couple. Third and short. This is probably 4-down territory for Falcons with 14 left to go. You don't want to keep doing this dance where you have to rely on the defense. Stop the Bucs. They have been doing so. They've been bending but not breaking. But how long can you play that game? Time left. And now I think this is a good situation where you play for 4 downs. You've got them pinned deep. 7-point game. Tampa's been moving, but got them pinned this deep. If you don't get it, of course. 3rd and 2. I go back-to-back runs. I don't even mess around. I go Robinson or Algier twice in a row. Maybe with a little. You probably just don't want to line up and just go power eye and straight up the gut. But I think regardless, you should have 2 handoffs or a swing. I wouldn't even mess around with a swing screen or anything like that. This is where also a spot where you'd think, oh, Robinson out, Algier in. This is a spot where you'd think having a tight end like Pitts would. They haven't found that with him. He's not even in the game. 11 guys in the huddle, and he's not one of them. Go. Here. Cloud in motion. Hand it off. Tackled behind the line. Now this changes everything. That's about a 3-yard loss. Now I'm kicking it. You went the way you were supposed to go. You didn't get crazy. You went with your strength. Falcons are going for it. Cousins back. And delivers to Mooney, who makes a nice, and he's in for the touchdown. Amazing. Mooney's the player of the game so far for the Falcons. Wow. Plenty of game left. Mooney hits the flat, catches, breaks a tackle, and after the first broken tackle is untouched into the end zone. Extra point is good again, hooking to the left. Which tells me the stadium isn't open, by the way. It tells me that that's the way his kicks are going because it's from each side of it's from both end zones so far. 27-27, 13-18 left in the game. Fourth quarter. Bucs to receive the kickoff, and this game has been a lot of fun. A lot of times we get on these and do the play-by-plays, and the games are just kind of boring. You know, we did that Patriots Jets, and that was a rough one all around. Oh, Jets Vikings is in what, London? Or is it in Germany again? Regardless, we got a 9:30 a.m. Say where it is. London. Will that affect the Vikings? They have a further distance to travel, only by a couple hours, but still a further distance. Who is going to play well traveling across the pond? Going to make a difference. 9:30 a.m. Which is what time? Oh, that's still... I mean, it's weird because technically it's 8:30 a.m. for Minnesotans, 9:30 a.m. for East Coasters. So is that going to affect how well the Vikings play? Who knows? Torch of Atlanta. That's signifying the Olympic Games from the Falcons. Or from Atlanta from the 90s? Maybe. And the kickoff goes out of bounds. Both quarterbacks have played extremely well. That's well, they're breaking down. 16 of 19 for a buck 66 and 3 touchdowns for Baker. 29 of 40 for 351 and 3 touchdowns for Cousins. Baker finds Evans for a 12-yard gain on first down. Strange how it feels like Baker has more passing yards than 166, but 351 for Cousins, and no receivers over 100 yards. That's how you do it. That's why the guy makes the big bucks, right? Baker under center, 3 wide receivers. Shepard in motion, play action, and Baker's going to run and get the first down and a lot more. Nobody there. Definitely not a designed run, but Baker saw the opening and just took it. How you do it? Noticed I've been calling him Baker instead of Mayfield, like the LeBron thing. Does anyone call him James? Daylight, absolute scoots out of bounds. So the knee's fine. Good sign. Tight end set for the Bucs. Hand off to White for a short gain of 1.5. Chippiness at the end of the play. Second down for Tampa. Tampa averaging 7.3 yards per rush to the Atlanta's 5.1. Still tremendous number. Second and 9 for the Bucs. Baker in the shotgun. We'll dump out to Cade Otton, just out of his reach. Diving attempt by the tight end. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9. Mayfield not happy with delivery on that pass. Playing for a field goal at this point. You're the Buccaneers. You're on the edges of field goal range. Third and 9 for Tampa. 11:13 to go. I'm out. NFC South division standings. Tampa at 3-1, Atlanta 2-2, New Orleans 2-2. Carolina Panthers at 1-3. This is Tampa's first division game. They've done that a lot more recently so that the final few weeks are competitive. What they've done is they move most of the division games towards the end of the schedule. So you'll see, I believe it's the last 2 weeks everyone plays division games. Last 5 weeks mostly. Pretty sure. Baker in the gun. Mayfield in gun. 2 wide receivers to the left. And he escapes pressure. And a short gain for the Bucs, but he escaped a sack, which would have knocked him out of field goal range. Gets up and he's yelling in the face of Carter for the Falcons. Not sure what that was about, but great job by Mayfield to escape the sack. Ellis was in his face immediately. Turned what would have been a 6 or 7 yard loss into a 3-yard gain, giving McLaughlin a chance. Ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is dead center. Tampa Bay regains the lead 30-27, 10:23 to go in the game. I should say in regulation, the way that this one's been going. McLaughlin, solid. And we're back to commercial. This is a one of the better games I've seen this year, to be honest. Baker Mayfield, 17 to 21 for a $179, 3 touchdowns, and Kirk Cousins is just slinging it. 29 to 40 for 351 and 3 touchdowns. Robinson with a nice game on the ground. A guy who I think they need to spend a little more time getting the ball to. Robinson. No, he's not on my fantasy. I just think he's more. I think he's more important to the Falcons than just 11 carries through, 3 1/3 quarters. Only got it to him twice as a receiver. There's just something a little off. Everyone expected huge things from him. And he's good. He's been solid, but I think in the long run, he's going to be more important for the Falcons. Once they get him involved more, they're going to be a dangerous team to beat. And not just handing it to him for handing it to him's sake, but maybe game planning, maybe more plays where he's the focus. I guess we'll see. Drake London with a very nice game. Darnell Mooney is the player of the game for Atlanta. Even though Kirk Cousins is healing, he's bailed Cousins out a couple times with those 2 touchdowns. That first one, if you guys missed it, go back and watch the first touchdown to Mooney. It's the best catch that I can remember seeing this year. Doesn't say much for my memory, I guess, but yeah. Fantastic catch. Jumping with Bucs defenders all over him and pulling it into the end zone. Falcons fans are going nuts right now. Dirty bird's nest. I like that. That's definitely a stadium. It's like a bucket list stadium, you know? Not a Falcons fan by any stretch, but that stadium's just awesome. Get that, you get LA, Las Vegas one's cool, and that the one in Minnesota just looks awesome. All right, here we go. Cousins has been dealing. Standing in the pocket, pressure in his face, the pocket collapsing all over him, and he's not going anywhere. And it's not because he can't. He's looked incredible in terms of his, for a 30-something year guy. What is he, 35? Had a lot of mobility today. Not like he's been rushing, but he's escaping pressure at when he needs. Cousins Cousins under center and play action. Little screen out to Robinson, who breaks a tackle and more. 5-yard gain for the Falcons. Exactly what I was talking about before we came back from commercial. Just get him involved, no matter how you have to do it. One of those players that can make a huge difference. Whitehead is questionable to return with a groin injury. He looks okay, so it doesn't seem severe, but those muscle pulls are tough. Cousins in the pistol, 4 wide receivers. And a handoff to Robinson. They go right back to him. 1-yard gain. 3rd and short for the Falcons. Another injury. Doesn't look too severe at the moment. Hopefully. We were doing the Bengals Chiefs game, Dave and I, and the guy for the Chiefs came off and his fingers got tangled in, I think, someone's face mask or something, and they showed his hand unintentionally, and the dude's fingers were like zigzags. It was gross. He was okay, obviously. They popped him back into place, but just when you see that. We were playing football once, and my buddy tried to tackle me, and he swiped at me, and my foot kicked up and hit his pinky, and it was in the snow. We used to play football in the snow, and we were kids still, and he goes inside our house, and it's like, oh, talking to my mom, I think I need to go to the hospital. He shows her his hand, and his finger is on backwards. But he had those, if you guys ever know those reversible gloves, they're like these little cheap mittens for the winter. They have fingers in them, and you can wear them on either hand because they're just like little pieces of fabric that just to keep you warm. He had those on, and it looked like his finger had, like, just imagine those gloves, and if you took one finger out, how it would look. Like if you tucked one finger into into your palm, that's how his pinky on the hand looked. It was ridiculous. The poor guy, and he didn't know what happened because it was pretty cold out. So obviously the cold helped, stifle the pain a little bit. So she took him up to the hospital. Poor guy. But yeah, it was just such a weird thing because he did it. And he wasn't even, he said, so like I said, where you tuck your finger into your palm and let the finger loose. He said he was looking for his finger because there was no way, like when we talked to him the next day, because there was no way his finger was in that. He thought it came out too. So he's like, where the hell's my finger? Oh, we had good times. A lot of fun. Jaden Daniels complete 82% of passes this season, highest for over any 4-game span in NFL history. Credit to Jaden Daniels, first of all. Credit to the offensive coordinators and coaching staff for properly molding an offense around Jaden Daniels' skill set, at least at this point in his career. Credit to everyone around. And Cousins in the gun, 3rd and 4. Pressure in his face, and he stands in, incomplete. Ended for Mooney, and a flag on the play. Flag is on David. We'll have to see that. It didn't look, maybe he got there early. Looked like a good defensive play. Back here. I don't know about that one. Unless they do defensive holding before. Nope, they did pass interference. I was going to say potentially defensive holding before the pass went up. No, they call it pass interference. That one's iffy. I think a defensive holding call when Mooney got to the top of his route and kind of got stuck by David. That's where the penalty is, not on the defensive play. I think it's the same result regardless. But 1st and 10, pistol formation for Cousins. Hand off to Algier. It's 2. Cousins spent a lot of time in the pistol today. I've said that on multiple occasions, but maybe that's just to help with his vision of the field. You still get the same type of... You can still run the same type of action that you would under center with the pistol. The shotgun's where things get a little thrown off, but it's the same type of thing. You just get a 2-step head start. You can still run stretches, and your entire offensive playbook is still available. Right, Cousins in the pistol again, drops back, has time, and delivers a strike to London. The way that this game is going, the Falcons will get in, make it 34-30, and then the Bucs will have their last chance. Cousins is dealing right now. Hand off to Algier, and possible holding penalty. There he goes. Yep, that one was obvious. That was out in front of everyone. Out in front of your mama and God and everyone. Jeez. Yeah, there it is. I was gonna say that was on Lindstrom. He's not even trying to fight it. It's like, yeah, I know. He got me. On Gaines. Yeah, he just hooks his arm and drags him down. And the worst part for him is that there's nobody in the vicinity. Everyone else is a couple yards up, so it's just him in the middle of nowhere on his own island, yanking this dude to the ground. All right, 1st and 20 from the 50. Cousins in the gun. Mooney in motion. Little screen out to McLeod with a 3-yard gain after forward progress, for me to say. That was pretty funny. If everyone was still on the same line, like if the line was covering him up a little bit, he might have gotten away with it. But it's outrageous. Falcons' offensive line has been incredible in pass protection tonight. And Cousins back again in the shotgun, steps up. Little dump out to Pitts, who breaks a tackle. And Buccaneers swarm him, which brings up 3rd and manageable. You've chunked it down. It was what, 1st and 20. Now you have 3rd in a reasonable distance for the Pitts play. 3rd and 6 to be exact. Cousins in the gun, back again as protection. Dropped. Mooney, who was the player of the game offensively, just dropped a wide open pass that would have been 1st down. Oh no. The worst part about that is it erases all of the good you've done so far. It's crazy. And he took his helmet off on the field with no. Play was there. Cousins throws it while Mooney's back still turned. As he gets hit, hits him directly in the hands. The play was perfectly drawn, perfectly thrown. He couldn't haul it in. Tough break. Now Koo is on to tie the game. Blocked by Tampa. Wow. What a turn of events. Oh man, that is heartbreaking for Falcons fans. From perfect play to all of a sudden blocked. Wow. Somebody has a John 3:16 sign in the crowd, right? But they have it hanging over the side and it's backwards. You can see that it's John 3:16. But it's on backwards. It's literally come on. He for real, or is he's got to be doing that on purpose, right? Maybe that's why Koo had a missed field goal and a blocked field goal. Because the friggin' dorks got it on backwards. What the hell? Oh, that's good stuff. Oh god. Travis is in frickin' Subway commercials now too. What the hell's going on? Nissan Kicks. Looks like an electrical based on how it looks. Really nice looking car. Sure about this gray with the red hood, but sharp looking. I don't know if I can get it. Electric vehicles, right? With the whole situation going on with the warming of the stuff and all that jazz. They need to make electric vehicles cheaper so that they're more accessible. And more people, I guarantee you, let's say a regular car, just throwing numbers, is 20 grand. If an electric vehicle was 10 grand, I guarantee you people would be more willing to buy electric vehicles. But you make these damn things so expensive. I don't know. I personally think hybrids are the way to go right now, so that you can do gas or electric. And I think with hybrid, it uses gas to like get the car going. Then when you get out on the highway, electric takes over. which is such a brilliant idea. We can't just switch everything now. We got to go. We got to hit a middle ground, build the infrastructure, and then finish it off. All right, we're back. I'm done talking about electric vehicles, but they are doing incredibly well with them. And Mooney's having a struggle, but you're probably going to get another chance, Mooney. Hopefully for your team, maybe you'll get a chance down 33-27. Make this game really interesting. Falcons show pressure. Pass deflected at the line. Grady Jarrett, face of Mr. Mayfield. Action by the Falcons line has been so good. Thomas was under on the block. Incredible job. Mayfield under center. And handoff to White, who gets hit but keeps going. Gain of 7. He was hit very early. Pushed it through, and Rashad White, 7. 3rd and short. You're the Falcons. You got to get off the field here. Time's ticking away. 6:05 left in the game. Here we go. 3rd and 2 for Tampa. Baker runs for it and gets the first down and slides. Tua, please. Please, Tua. Take note. Please. Stop going in head first and hurting yourself. Please. Pay attention. Watch the slide guy, guys. Jaden Daniels has been that early. He's going to have a long career. He keeps that stuff up. Jaden Daniels. Anthony Richardson doesn't slide. Already hurt again. Jaden Daniels slides. Hey, guess what? He'll be playing next week. Come on, guys. Together here. There are times to tuck and run, but you gotta be smart. Hand off to Bucky Irving, the best name on the field. Only one better. Mooney's a good name, but Bucky, you can't go wrong with Bucky, who's a Buccaneer. God, I made that stupid joke earlier. So dumb. Calling it a joke is being nice, but whatever. Dad joke for the loss. A 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 for Tampa. Time is becoming a factor here. Play action. And a screen out to Irving, who breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Will bring up 3rd and 2. Now, if you're Tampa, playing for the field goal isn't the move here. You want to run the clock, but losing by 1 isn't ideal. Falcons have had no signs of slowing down offensively. You got to go for it. You got to risk it. Can't just. Baker changing the play, doesn't like what he sees. Gonna hand it off to White. And White in the offensive line, power forward for the first down. A lot of humanity in there. .322 left. The Falcons. So there was a timeout, or I believe it was a Tampa timeout earlier in the game. The Falcons still have all 3. And the 2-minute warning. A touchdown by Tampa is devastating for Atlanta. But you hold them to a field goal, you still got a shot. So Falcons, all 3 timeouts, just under 3 minutes to go. 1st and 10 from the 32. And a handoff to Irving, who gets stripped. Oh my God. What a play by Ellis. He just ripped it out of his hands. Amazing play. Sorry my voice went so high on that, but see this replay. Is that Bates again with the punch? With the punchy? Bates punchy. Ellis recovers. It's the second punch out by Bates today. He punched one out on Godwin earlier, recovered by Evans. But this one was, and you know what's interesting is he punched it out with the right hand on Godwin and punched it out with the left hand on Irving. Ambidextrous puncher. Amazing play. And he looks mad for some. I don't really know why. He wasn't excited at all. And Algier hammered immediately. 3 Bucs in the backfield. It should only be a short loss due to the forward progress. You got to shake that off, Bucky Irving. He's a young fella too. Just got to let it go. It sucks. I know. Just let it go. Cousins back and sacked. Now you're in dangerous territory for the Falcons because you got to get this playoff before the... Oh boy. I had this strange idea in my head. Just punt it on 3rd down before the 2-minute warning. Be the dumbest thing, dumber than the Lions kicking it that one time in overtime. And Algier's open, but there are Bucs in the area. Minute 52 left. We're coming up to the 2-minute warning. 4th and long. Now, if you're the Falcons, you punt? Or do you just give it hell? Yeah, Bucky Irving is still on the sideline looking pretty miserable. But what do? You can't do anything about it. You already got it punched out, and it happens. Happens to the best of us. Looks like the Falcons are staying on the field. You have 3 timeouts. You know? I guess what's the worst that could happen? Okay, so here's the idea for the Falcons. If you don't get it, then the Bucs get it back anyway. A field goal, because you'll have to stop them on 3 and out or the game's over anyways. A field goal makes it 33-27, still within range. Now, Tristan Wirfs is the offensive lineman for the Bucs. He's over trying to snap Bucky Irving out of it because if you're him, there's no way you got to get some veterans over there to make sure he's not gonna. You're like, there's more game left. You didn't lose the game. We got it back. So, you just can't hold on to this stuff. I know it's hard, but good thing Tristan Wirfs is over there, but has to be in this guy's ear. Strange, this game's back and forth, and Mayfield only 18 of 23 for a $182. But he does have the 3 touchdowns, which matches Cousins. There you go. 4th and 15 for the Falcons. The offense is staying on the field. Because you need a 3 and out no matter what if you're Atlanta. You don't get it. Which would only be a field goal game. Pitts in motion. 3 wides, 1 tight end. Cousins back. Has time again. Intercepted. Levante David on the pick. But it's okay. You're the Falcons. It's not the end of the game. You still have to force a 3 and out. And at the very worst, you're down by 6. Not at the very worst. If you get the ball back, you'll be down 6. But at the very worst, the damn game's over. Falcons. Cousins had time, but there's just too many. He had to throw it. All right, here we go. Baker under center. Godwin in motion. Wide receivers. Single back. And a handoff to White, who's tackled immediately. Was that his leg going weird? No. Right, we get it. We get it. He threw a pick. Let it go. Keep it on the game here. Oh, I hope that wasn't White's leg going wonky like that. Because there was a lot of legs tangled up there. So. Ugh. Good Lord. If White's still in the game, they're not saying anything showing Buccaneers players who are on the field at all. Okay. White is out of the game. I think his leg went weird. I don't know. Kind of like Mayfield earlier. Bucky Irving on 2nd and 13, single back, 3 wides. And they hand it off to him. Huge gain for Irving. Flag down on the play. This is what you had to be telling him. You're going to get another crack. Holding on the offense, which is huge. Now, if you are the Bucs, what's the game plan? You mess around and try a screen? You mess around putting it in the air at all? Falcons got away with a face mask. It was a slight face mask, if that matters. It's a rough penalty. Went from 3rd and short to 2nd and 23. Now, if it's me, I'm going to hand this one off. You got to get probably 10 yards. You need this field goal. Screen out to White. And a loss of 2. Okay, so White's leg didn't go that weird, I guess. Timeout, Falcon. Now you're in trouble if you're Tampa. Evans wide open. And by the way he put his hand up, that wasn't a design screen. Interesting. Everything was set up for it to be a design screen, but typically don't go that route. Not throwing your hand up if you know a screen's coming. Third and 25. So if it's me at this point, I'm just playing for the punt. You're the Bucs. Gotta hope. I mean, you hand it off and you hope to get some yardage to kick the field goal. Bucky Irving is stopped immediately. You gotta punt it. I'm out. Falcons. And 20 left. Next week is Aaron Rodgers Jets at Sam Darnold's Vikings. Oh no, that's Sunday. Jesus Christ. Green Bay at LA at 425. Oh God. Cowboys Steelers Sunday night. Oh, okay. Well, at least I don't have to watch any primetime games this week. Except for this one. I'm not watching those 2 games. Get out of here. No chance. We'll be doing the... Can't decide yet between the 2 games that I really want to watch. It's either going to be Bills Texans or Ravens Bengals. I think I'll probably start Ravens Bengals, and if it gets out of hand, then I'll switch over. Punt is away. Oh, the punt returner, credit him. He looked as though he was moving up towards the 7-yard line to catch it, and the ball sailed over his head and into the end zone. So, credit to him. That is a huge momentum shift. Not momentum shift. That's a huge positional shift. Falcons have been in All 4 games decided by 1 score in Atlanta. For Atlanta. Including the Eagles' embarrassment. Broke that game. Huh? All right, Cousins in the gun. Back he goes. Has time again. Dumps out to Pitts. Gets to the sideline. Minute 8 seconds left. Falcons down by 3. Young Hui Koo has a missed field goal and a blocked field goal so far. He did hit 1. He hit 2 actually so far. Huge gain out to Mooney. Time is ticking away. No timeouts left for the Falcons. It would only be fitting if this game went into. Cousins back again. Got time. And delivers another strike to McLeod, who fumbles out of bounds. Wow. He was trying to fight his way towards the sideline, but ended up fumbling it. And luckily for him, it went out of bounds. That is a rip. It looked like he slapped the hand of McLeod to jar the ball free. 21 seconds to go at midfield. Down by 3 points are the Falcons. No timeouts remaining. Everything's got to go to the sideline. You do have time for a big chunker in the middle and still have time to spike it. Unlike Rain Dakota Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys when they lost in hilarious fashion to the 49ers in the playoffs. In classic Dallas Cowboys fashion. Cousins on 3rd and 1 from the Buccaneers 49. Little out route to Drake London. Better not be calling no damn flag on that. 17 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. 17 seconds is kind of on that range where you can still complete one over the middle, but everyone's got to have their heads up. Like the edge of still have time to spike it range. Time remaining. So I think you can, but everyone's got to be with it. You got to trust in 11 guys to be with it. Cousins back again. Delivers incomplete to McLeod over the middle. That is exactly what I was talking about. Deep over the middle. But McLeod can't hang on. Nice defensive play. 12 seconds remaining. You have to go to the sidelines now. That's just a great defensive play by McCollum. He got his hand in. It hit McLeod in the hands, but he managed to get fingertips in. An injury, possibly our defense needs a break injury by Watts. Hopefully that's what it is. Even though we've seen a lot today. Way cool. Just 41-yarder. And now remember, all of his kicks, the way he's been kicking them today, have been sailing left. Even on the 2 he made, one started out on the rightmost crossbar and ended up in the middle, close to the middle. And the other one went just inside the left pole. So no matter what side of the field he's been on, his kicks have been hooking left. So he's got to keep that in mind for the. They're on the edge of his range. They got to get some. They got to get a few yards here, 5 or 6, make it comfortable for him. Last thing you can do is get tackled in bounds here. Got to give Boo a chance. Cousins back. Quick pass over the middle. What the hell? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. With 1 second left, the Falcons spike it. Raheem Morris is pumped. Holy hell. Let's effing go, says Raheem Morris to Kirk Cousins. Todd Bowles' facial expression hasn't changed since the opening seconds. He still looks pissed. Cousins having one hell of a game. 47-yard attempt. Well within the range of Coop. Remember, he has a miss and a block. All kicks have been floating left so far. He is apparently South Korean, based on the flag on the back of his helmet. Oh my God. An offensive delay of game? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. The ref's standing in the middle of the... What the hell? The ref was standing next to the ball. How is that a delay of game? Now it's a 52-yard attempt. That was pretty weird. They got it. You can't do that. What? They actually... The ref was standing next to the ball, and all the linemen and everyone were just standing up waiting for him to move. What the hell was that about? I'll need some sort of explanation. The ref's standing next to the ball, and that's what Raheem Morris is saying to him right now. What in the hell was that? That was one of the most bizarre things I've seen. And they're not... So the Bucs called a timeout. And I thought they were going to move it back up. That is unreal. If he misses this now, that is... Yikes, what the hell? I hope he makes it just for... I'm not rooting here, but I hope he makes it because that was absolutely ridiculous. Here we go. 52-yarder to tie the game. And he does. Drills it dead center. I need someone to explain that to me at some point. I don't know what the hell was going on. The ref was standing there and everyone's just waiting for him to like get out of the way. And then they go and delay the game. What the hell? So weird. But Koo makes it a non-issue. I need to know what happened. How is that allowed? Can the ref just do... Unreal. Maybe Koo's on his fantasy team. It's a big money league, and he needed it to be a 50-plus yarder because with ours, the further back you go, the more points you get. Maybe he's down by one, and he needed it to be a 50-yarder. Unreal. He was down by 3, and a 4-point would give him the 1-point lead. So here you go. 1 10-minute period. Each team will have the opportunity to possess the ball unless team receiving kickoff scores a touchdown or defense scores a touchdown or safety. If teams are tied after one possession, each next scorer gets the win. So nothing's changed. Falcons will receive the ball. Cousins is going to get 500 freaking passing yards in this game. 39 of 55 for 440 and 3 touchdowns. You don't see games like this anymore. A lot of junk out there. They have like Jalen Hurts will be like 7 of 26 for 82 yards, but he'll have 22 carries for 96 yards and 3 touchdowns. Gotta listen to everyone in my fantasy football league, but like, no, he got me 35 points last week. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Some of us want to see a real championship, not a fantasy football championship. You know what I'm saying? And fittingly, this incredible game is going into overtime. I'll just keep the same stream. I'll change the title to second half overtime. incredible. Fantastic game. Whoever wins deserves it. Fantastic. A lot of fun. And we're showing the quad box again with the 2 coaches and 2 quarterbacks. Falcons to receive the kick. Bucs defense has one more stop to get. Falcons want punch this in the end zone and call it a day. Kirk Cousins trots out after a little water break, getting that last second spike. What? 440 passing yards is the fifth most in a game in Falcons history? Are you serious? Even with the Matt Ryan playing for, what, 15 years on the Falcons? Did Matt Ryan ever throw for 5K in a season? We'll check that on the next commercial. All right, Cousins in the pistol again. Cloud running all over the place. Algier on the handoff for a 1-yard gain. Hit at the line, but twisted his way for a gain. Morris looking pissed again. Maybe that's just his thinking face. Pissed off. 4 wides. Pressure on Cousins. Delivers a strike to London. Up 3rd and 3. They don't do halves on the graphic down. They just kind of turn short, we'll call it. And Cousins back again. Delivers to London, who has a big gain out to the Buccaneers 46. And London's shaken up. Got a shoulder to the ribs. Having a good game here. Yeah, that last second, straight to the dot. Can't hit him there. Where can you hit him? Sneaks through, gets hit by a first Buccaneer, and the second one is... It's a nice hit. You got to be able to smack somebody, right? Didn't hit him in the helmet. He didn't hit him in the knees. He didn't drag him down. Just a shot right to the rib cage. 13 targets, 12 receptions, 154 receiving yards, and a touchdown. Kirk Cousins continues to deal. 18-yard gain. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, honestly. A broken rib. It was a good shot. Got to be able to hit someone, man. It's got to be allowed. It's just not the same game, you know. Yeah, I want to protect the players too, but you got to be able to, you know, do something defensively. Cousins in the pistol again, single back, 4 wides. Mooney in motion. And nearly picked, but a huge play by Hodgin. That's the ball game. Touchdown Falcons, and that will do it. First drive of the game, Hodge is in for a touchdown. Game of the year so far, I think. Baker looking upset, but tremendous game by the Falcons. Send the fans home happy. Here's your final in overtime. 36-30 Falcons. Mistakes on both ends, but the game was very well played. And Cousins ends with 41 of 57. Nope, that hasn't even factored in the new play yet. Let's see. That's his 4th touchdown pass. Did Cousins pass 500 yards on that? That's the new question. Just waiting for the stats to update here. Great game. This is a rematch I'd like to see. Obviously, they're in the same division, so they'll play in Tampa later in the year. But this is a rematch I'd like to see in the playoffs, if I'm being honest. Maybe Bucs win the next one, and you get the rubber match in the playoffs. Yeah, stop me if you don't want to see that, because This was a hell of a game. It sucks. There it is. 42 of 58 for 509 and 4 touchdowns. Now that is a passing game. Good for Cousins. He's usually trash on prime time, but he should be 3-0, honestly, this year because of the BS in the Chiefs game, the pass interference on Kyle Pitts that wasn't called because it would have been against the Chiefs. They beat Philly on prime time. Now they've beaten Tampa on prime time. They should have beaten the Chiefs on prime time. Great job by the Falcons. Fantastic fight by the Bucs. Overtime. You got plenty of season left. An overtime loss against a division rival and probably the best game I've seen this year. I mean, hey, no, don't hang your head there if you're any of the Bucs. So GG's all around. Thanks to the people who stopped by. Thanks to everyone who watched. And I'm gonna get out of here and go make some lunch, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I know it's late, but I'm a night shifter.